Good evening, folks. We welcome you to Kennett High School, where the Kennett Indians have invited in the Portageville Bulldogs for tonight's contest. Week 2 of high school football. Portageville was victorious over St. Pius in week 1, 39-21, as Kennett fell to Fredericktown 20-14. Floyd, I'm looking for a good matchup tonight. Portageville is going to be young at that quarterback position, and from what I understand, Kennett had a quarterbacking change. Their quarterback was injured before the season ever started, so it looked like we're going to have a couple of young quarterbacks tonight, but I'm looking for a good matchup between Portageville and Kennett.
Mike, like you say, Portageville comes off the first game of the season with a victory. Kennett looking for their first victory. But like I say, I believe it'll be a good game between the two ball clubs, and I look forward to it.
Folks, we're coming to you live tonight here on YHC TV. There may be some commercial interruptions and some things through the game, but being it's live, just bear with us, and you'll enjoy the broadcast one way or another. We're watching high school football on Friday night, and that's hard to beat. The captains are meeting at the middle of the field. Looks like number 9, Bron McPherson, along with number 54, Bud Hilburn, number 12, B.J. Carr, and number 25, Davon Bradford. And for the Bulldogs,
Look like we got number 50, Mike, Caleb Gooch. Look like number 55, Mike Hopkins.
Along with 60, Trevor Brands, and we should have one more there.
I can't see him for the official right now, Mike, but
big old Kennett boys is blocking him.
I hear that.
Beautiful night for football. We're about a minute and 30 seconds away from kickoff. Looks like Kennett's won the toss. And we'll see what they elect to do. Once again, folks, we're coming to you live here from Kennett, Missouri. High school football on YHC TV. Number 1, Ben Story, will be the other.
Portageville receives the ball. I'm guessing, Mike, they won the toss unless Kennett deferred the ball first. Portageville will be defending the south end zone. Kennett on the north end. Mike, a lot of difference in this temperature tonight. Start this week compared to last week at Portageville.
Yeah, Floyd, I think it'll tell us a little more. We haven't seen Kennett yet, but I know Portageville last week, fatigue set in, and boy, it was hot down there at Portageville. I mean, bad hot, and some of the players were having issues with it. So, but we will.
Are you ready? Well, get on your feet, because it is time for Kennett Indian football.
Look like for the Kennett Indians, they're going to send Michael Richmond out to do the kickoff as we get ready to tip off here. Portageville Bulldogs and the Kennett Indians.
Trying to get you some numbers here.
Michael Richmond.
Looks like number 2 back deep, Cameron West for the Bulldogs.
Back to receive for Portageville, number 9, A.B. Banks.
Yeah, number 9, A.B. Banks. And the ball fell off the tee. He'll get a re-teed, and we're fixing to kick this one off, folks. It's kind of hard to make out those numbers, that white on white for Portageville. They had that blue last week with the white numbers and kind of stood out, but we'll get them to you the best we can, folks. Most of you know who these kids are, and we're ready for some live high school football action.
Look like we have number 9, Avon Banks, going to take. It goes over to number 3 for the Bulldogs.
On the return for Portageville, number 3, and I apologize, I do not have the name.
Daniel McCray.
Number 25, Trayvon
Daniel McCray, and boy, he got lit up at number 25 there, Bradford. He left his hat with him.
I believe that number 3 is Daniel McCray, Mike.
That's right, Floyd. Daniel McCray, and boy, he was a workhorse last week for the Bulldogs. We'll learn a little more about this Kennett team, and we'll fill you in on them, folks.
Portageville's going to come to the line. Ball marked on the 24. 1st and 10 here to start this first quarter. John Kellums comes under center, gets ready, takes a snap, first man back, right side, and he's going to be met by a host of Indians, and he gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, McCray went up that right side. Boy, there was nothing there.
No gain on the play. 2nd down and 10.
Kennett swarmed to that ball. Bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs come to the line. 3 back. Kellums gets ready to take the snap. There's a snap. 2nd man through. Right up the gut. Good running room. Good. Put the head down. 2nd effort, Mike. Look like Stanley Smith.
Yeah.
He's going to get across to about the 37.
Number 28, Stanley Smith.
Yeah, Stanley the load. When he lowers his head and comes at you, he's coming with it.
For the Indians, number 2, Edward Wilson.
1st and down, Portageville.
To Ed Wilson.
They result in a first
And
down
on the tackle for the Indians.
Bulldogs 1st and 10 from their own 37.
Kellums comes to the line. Gets ready to take a snap. 1st man through, fake. 2nd man goes across to Daniel McCrary, and he's going to be met right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, once again, a host of Indians in there on the stop. Look like number 57, Dalton Craig, leading the way.
Number 3, Daniel McCray. Contact made by number 2, Edward Nelson for the Indians.
Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Ball will be spotted on Portageville's 38-yard line.
Portageville sends number 6, Miles Stafford, wide left. Kellum comes to the line, hand off, Stanley Smith, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. No gain for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that Indians defense is fired up. They're getting good penetration. These teams kind of feeling each other out right now. Keeping it on the ground. But Portageville is going to have something big here with a 3rd and a long 10 yards. Crowd still filing in here to the stadium. Big crowd for Kennett.
Kellums with the ball. He looks to pass. He has a man open. The ball's thrown up. And no, incomplete. Ball meant for Ben.
Number 1,
Story.
Defending on the play for the Indians, number 2, Edward Wilson. They'll bring up a 4th down and 9 for the Bulldogs.
4th and 9 for the Portageville Bulldogs as an incomplete pass from Kellums to Story.
Well, nothing like the opening drive last week, Floyd, as the Bulldogs marched it right down the field against St. Pius. This Kenneth defense has come ready to play.
Bryce Waller back deep for the punt. Here we go. Good kick. Going to hit about the 30. Take a Kennett Indian bounce. And Portageville downs it at the 29-yard line. Kennett will take over with 9:33 on the 29-yard line, Mike.
Well, we'll get our first look at the Kennett offense tonight. Looks like, I believe they've got number 10 quarterbacking them, Akeem Nelson.
They're running the
Running shotgun.
They got 3 receivers wide. Put a man in motion, come across the center. Quarterback keeper up the middle, and he's going to be brought down. Looks like Trevor Brands. He's going to get across to about the 35.
Yeah, good shoestring tackle, or he could have broke that for some extra yards.
Quarterback option. He gets across to 35. Bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Kennett Indians.
Number 10, Nelson, will take it from the shotgun. Handoff to number 25, straight up the middle. Trayvon Bradford. He'll pick up enough for the first down. Tackle made by 68, Derek Priggle for the Bulldogs.
Couple of missed tackles there, Mike, in the backfield for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Kennett's looking quick coming off that line, and they're opening up some holes, and they look like they got them some good swift backs back there. And they're going to split 5 out, 3 to the right, 2 to the left.
Man in motion, fake handoff, quarterback keeper, and he's going to be brought down. Look like Michael Hopkins and number 24, Carlos McGee. Ball's marked on about the 43 for the Kennett Indians. Bring up 2nd, and we'll call it a long 7.
Sounds good to me. Kennett once again spreading them out. 5 wideouts.
Man in motion. Kennett handoff, and he's going to be
Boy,
caught in the
read
backfield
perfect.
for a loss by
Stanley Smith. Boy, he read that, didn't he?
blitz, and they read the play good, Mike, as they catch the running back in the backfield for a loss.
Yeah, they're spreading that thing out wide, trying to stretch Portageville's defense out, but Stanley stayed right there at home with them.
3rd and 12. Kennett comes to the line, still running the shotgun formation. Have a flag on the play.
We have a penalty flag on the play.
We'll see. I believe it's going to be a false start. False start against the Kennett Indians. So that'll take them back 5. Bring 3rd and 17.
5-yard penalty will remain 3rd down and 16.
Kennett comes to the line. They get ready to take the snap. Shotgun position. He drops back to pass. He looks. He trying to find the man. There's the throw. Over the throws intended receiver number 9, Brian McPherson.
Yeah, his timing was a little off on that, Floyd. Had he caught him in stride, he was flushed out of the pocket, and he thought about tucking and run, but he went ahead and threw it up, and his receiver had to come back to it, and it gave the defender time to catch up and fall incomplete. So a good defensive stand by the Bulldogs. So we've seen a little offense and we've seen a little defense, and we'll go to the second round.
4th and 17. Kennett back to the punt. There's a snap. Kick. Good kick. End over end. And Portageville lets it roll. And Kennett's going to down it on about the...
Going to be down about the 15-yard line.
You get that ball turning end over end, Mike. It takes good roll.
Yes, it did. We've got an officials timeout. We'd like to send a shout out to our sponsors, Crop Production Services, one of the largest distribution networks of agricultural products and services in southeast Missouri, is proud to support high school athletics. CPS provides services including various soil sampling and mapping, fall fertilizer and lime, custom application services, wheat seed, chemicals, and Dynagrow seed and LPI nutritional products. Crop Production Services has a knowledgeable staff providing agronomic solutions for all your fall needs. Or to plan for your spring 2014 needs, contact CPS in Portageville, Culin, Sykeston, Burney, or other locations throughout southeast Missouri or northeast Arkansas. Mitchell Pharmacy in Kennett is help brings you tonight's game. Mitchell Pharmacy is located in downtown Kennett on the square, serving your daily prescription needs with local delivery, professional customer service, and a fine gift shop. And soon opening a new location in Malden at their North County branch. Special thanks to Mitchell Pharmacy.
All right, Mike, Portageville Bulldogs take over on downs. Ball on the 17. 1st and 10 for Portageville. Kellums comes to the line, gets ready, takes snap, second man through, crosses over to about the 19.
Yeah, gain of a couple on the play, and Bulldogs sticking to the ground here in the early going as they did last week. They had a couple of pass plays, but something to look forward to play early. Last week those pass plays led to touchdowns, but the guy that was catching those, Hunter Cook, is out with an injury, so that may kind of affect Coach Bullock's game plan tonight as they may keep it on the ground just a little bit more.
Kellums comes to the line for the Bulldogs. Gets ready to take snap. First man through, handoff. Looked like it was Landon DeLeo.
We'll give him a gain of about 2 on the play.
Pickup of 2. Bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Third down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
Portageville comes to the line. Kellum stays back in the shotgun position. Looks to pass. Has a man wide and just a little wide on the throw. Incomplete.
Pass intended out there for number 9, A.V. Banks. Timing just a little off. So that'll bring up a 4th and 5. Kennett looking to pick up some good field position as they should be looking to retrieve this ball at about midfield.
Back to punt for the Bulldogs, number 16, Bryce Wallace. Back to receive for the Indians, number 1, 33.
Portageville pushed back deep here, Mike.
Yeah, been able in these first 2 drives to gain much field position to get this Indian defense.
Wallace with a kick, good kick, across the 50. Takes Portageville bounce, and they're going to mark it about the 44. So Kennett will take over on the 44-yard line. Little standoff here, Mike, between both teams. Neither one can get their offense rolling. Defense doing a good job.
Well, and as I talked about earlier, both teams had to make some adjustments. The quarterback that Kennett had practiced with all summer is going to be out for first part of the season with a foot injury, and Portageville opened up the season last year with a big air game, and they lost their number 1 receiver for a week or so maybe, so they've had to make some adjustments.
Kennett with the ball. Handoff number 1. He gets across midfield, and he's going to be brought down by number 9.
A.V. Banks, yeah, good piece of running there by number 1. He's quick out in that open field.
He gets across to the 45.
Bulldogs are going to have to figure out a way to get him turned back up to the middle. He's got some speed on that outside.
Couple missed tackles. Good pickup for the Kennett Indians. Kennett back at the line. Send 4 wide. Quarterback takes snap. Rolls left. Looks to throw. There's the pass. And just off the fingertips of number 2 for the Kennett Indians, Edward Wilson. He had him, Mike. Good
Yeah,
pass.
he did. It was a very pretty pass, and it was right on time. The receiver maybe just a little bit tentative and trying to drag it in. He was pretty well defended, but boy, that was an awful good pass.
2nd and 10 for the Kennett Indians.
Young man's
10-3.
got a good strong arm too.
Yes, he does. 3 Indians wide left. Quarterback takes snap, handoff, and he's going to go left side. Has running room, and he's going to be brought down by Derek Priggle.
Yeah, they were just about dropped for a loss, and he couldn't get him wrapped up, and he bounced it around to that outside. Boy, I tell you, he's quick when he gets out there.
Derek Priggle with a good open field tackle. Third and 8 for the Kennett Indians. They come to the line. Takes a snap. Quarterback rolls right, keeps, has plenty of running room, gets across to the 40, and what a block by the Kennett Indians. Number 9 put a block on Ben Story.
Yeah, he caught Ben watching the ball, and which that's what you're supposed to do, but he didn't see that coming. And, boy, there was a heck of a block by that tight end in there that opened that thing wide up. And if they continue to open those holes up like that with that speed, it's going to be tough for this Bulldog defense.
That Brian McPherson put a good block right there. Kennett with the ball, 1st and 10 on the 25. Quarterback handoff up the middle. He's going to be met by a host of Indians, or Bulldogs. Derek Priggle and Michael Hopkins in on the tackle.
Well, Floyd, something the Bulldogs are going to have to fix early here is all of your tackles are being made by your linebackers and your defensive backs, and they're just bouncing right off those outside edges, and some of it through the middle in this, which it looked like the Bulldogs have got a 3-man front on that defense, but they're just picking those holes apart. And they're going to have to get some penetration. Let's see.
Kennett, quarterback and fullback ran together and lost the ball. Kennett quarterback falls on it.
Well, Kennett done a good job in those first 2 possessions spreading that field out, and they got the Bulldogs with that 3-man front. And you've got to get out there and cover all those receivers, and it's just making it hard to get a whole lot of penetration on that line. And then the Bulldogs will get something dialed up here. Is Kennett looking at a 3rd and 5 from the Bulldog 19-yard line.
Kennett draws Portageville offside, number 60, Trevor Brands.
Yeah, getting a little eager there, and that's not going to help matters, as that's going to give them a automatic first down, I believe.
It's going to be close. Be 3rd and 1, I believe, Mike.
Yeah, you're right, Floyd.
Encroachment against the Bulldogs, a 5-yard penalty, remain 3rd down, be 3rd down and 1.
Ball on the 14 for the Kennett Indians. Kennett comes to the line. 3 to the left, quarterback keeper, goes up the middle, has running room, and he's going to bring it across. Touchdown, Kennett.
Quarterback keeper Nelson will take it across for the Indians to put up the first score of the night. And that was a good piece of running, Floyd. The Bulldogs had him a couple of times but just couldn't hang on, and he takes it in. So for the first time this season, the Bulldogs are going to play being down.
Kennett had a big hole right there in the Bulldog defense, Mike.
Yeah, they did.
As Kennett gets ready to go for the point after. There's snap, kick, and kicks wide left, no good. Kennett 6, Portageville 0 here with 2:10 left in the first quarter.
Tonight's game sponsored in part by Turf Renovations. Turf Renovations is responsible for outstanding field surfaces in the areas such as Portageville, Dexter, Sykeston, and area baseball fields as well. Turf Renovation prides themselves on providing the best playing surface possible for the area's athletes. Special thanks to Turf Renovations, and to check out their products, go to turfrenovations.com. If you need some auto parts, stop by and see Colin Darty and his staff down at Delta Auto Parts and Salvage on Highway 61 North in Portageville. They specialize in domestic car and light truck parts. Go to deltaautoparts.com for parts information.
Kennett gets ready to kick off. Look like Daniel McCray and A.V. Banks back deep for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and something the Bulldogs haven't had is, through this first quarter, with 2 minutes left in this first quarter, is much field position. Kennett's kept them pinned back on their side of the field and just not been able to get a whole lot of offense going. But it's early yet, and let's see how these Bulldogs come out being behind.
There's a kick. Takes a Kennett roll and out across about the 21. Portageville will take over.
Yeah, let's see what Coach Bullock and this Bulldog offense have dialed up now on their third possession of this young game. Like the officials are going to have a little conference.
Portageville on the 21-yard line, come to the line. They get the ball set. John Kellum takes snap. Fake handoff, looks for an open man. He passes out incomplete to Stanley Smith.
Yeah, he was under heavy pressure there, and I think he had to get rid of it a little quicker than he wanted.
Second and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 21. Portageville comes to the line. Sends one wide right, one left. Kellums takes a snap. Second man through. Look like McCray. He's going to be caught in the backfield. They mark it on the 20.
Yeah, Kennett getting some good penetration.
Third and 11 for the Bulldogs. 1:39 left here in this first quarter. Kennett leads 6-0. John Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line of scrimmage. Miles Stafford wide left. And Kennett draws, Portageville draws Kennett off sides on a long, hard count. So that'd make it a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, good break there for the Bulldogs as they're needing every inch of field position as they can get.
Moves the ball across to the 26-yard line. Portageville 3rd and 6. 1:16 left here in the first quarter. Miles Stafford to the left. Ben Story to the right side. Kellums gets ready to take the snap. There's a snap, handoff. Stanley Smith, he goes to the left side and still on his feet, and he's going to get across to the...
Going to be really close to the first down, Floyd. Good hard run by Stanley.
Look like they're going to mark it on the 33. Look like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Well, I tell you what's impressing me with that Kennett defense is there's 3 or 4 defenders getting up off the tackle every time.
Like Stanley Smith is limping off the field for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs sure don't need that. They got some senior leadership there. And
John Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line. 42 seconds left here in the first quarter. Takes snap, pitch back. Daniel McCray, he has running room, gets across the right side, across to the 37.
Good hard piece of running there by Daniel. He was showing some passion there in that run. Line came off with some good blocks. And once again, Kennett doing a fine job of tackling and swarming that ball.
Second 5 for the Bulldogs.
12 seconds left here in your opening quarter. Be the final play of the quarter if the Bulldogs do get it off.
John Kellums under center, takes snap, second man through, across the midfield, gets across the 45. That was Carlos McGee with a run. Bring up a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, good to see Carlos back in there. He got banged up a little bit last week, but I tell you what, they couldn't stand to lose him anymore with some injury. They were injury riddled after St. Pius last week. All right, we're going to take a station break, folks. You're watching high school football on YHC TV.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal
needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 1st Street in Kennett, Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP at 573-888-4664.
When was the last time you've been to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance?
Not sure.
Well, then you have been missing out on all kinds of incredible furniture.
Really?
Yes, they have furniture for every room in your home, in styles you want, and at prices you can afford.
Are you talking about Wilcoxon Home Place Furniture and Appliance on the South Bypass in Kennett?
Take a few minutes and make the drive to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance and rediscover quality furniture for all rooms of your home.
All right, folks, we're back here in Kennett, Missouri, where the Kennett Indians are leading the Portageville Bulldogs 6-0. And we're opening up this second quarter with the Bulldogs with 1st and 10. Took the ball right about midfield. Handoff to Stanley Smith around the left side. Carlos McGee.
He gets across to the 40.
Excuse me there, folks. These numbers are hard to pick up. Floyd straightened me up on that one, but nonetheless, a good run by Carlos.
Carlos McGee goes left side, gets across midfield down to the 40. Another 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Carlos had a really good game against St. Pius last week, and as Kennett shuffling in and out these defensive players, and Portageville got the ball on the move.
John Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line. Gets ready to take snap. And he's going to draw the Kennett Indians offsides on another hard count.
Yeah, Portageville getting settled in now, and they're using some of those football tactics, and they're getting all their beans gathered up, and they got them a little drive going here.
So they put the ball on the 35. 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs. 11:37 left here in this first half.
Well, if nothing else for us, Floyd, they've got the ball across midfield, and that's going to build their confidence and get some good field position if they can't get it in either way on this drive. Kellums back to pass. He's got a man in the end zone. Number 1 Story. Touchdown Bulldogs.
Good completion from John Kellums to, is that Miles? That's Ben Story, isn't it?
Ben Story, number 1. That's right. Good pitch and catch from Kellums to Story.
35-yard touchdown pass from Kellums to Ben Story. 6-6. All knotted up, Mike.
Yeah, it is, and this is a very crucial extra point as once again, Hunter Cook being out. He did the place kicking last week. I'm not sure who we've got here. Looks almost
like 32.
I believe that's Nicholas Allred, isn't it? Yeah, Nick Allred. We got a freshman in here going to pop this field goal. He's going to do it from the left side, folks. So let's watch this.
All right, Portageville gets ready to take snap for the extra
place,
point.
Kick.
It is good.
No good.
No
Just
good.
wide right.
went
Just wide right.
just wide.
So we're all knotted up here, 6-6, folks. Once again, we're going to send a shout out to our sponsors making this game possible tonight. Greenpoint Ag in Portageville, located south of Portageville on Highway T. The 7 Greenpoint locations offer seed, fertilizer, crop protection products, and custom application services. And stop by the Portageville Farm and Home Store for a large selection of home, lawn, and garden supplies, hardware, and clothing. Go to greenpointag.com or call 573-379-3816. Butler Drugstore on Main Street in Portageville is your local full-service pharmacy, including gifts and fine jewelry. Dr. Trey Rohn has been serving the area for many years and provides your prescription solutions. Butler Drugstore at 222 East Main in Portageville. Call 379-5469. And folks, if I failed to mention earlier, I'm Mike Wilson, along with Floyd Simmons. Mr. Tyler Wagner, owner of YHC TV, he's back here dishing out the orders. And our cameraman, I forgot your name, buddy, Caleb Johns, the cameraman. He's the most important of this whole thing, folks. If we ain't got video, we don't need audio unless we're doing radio. There's the kick.
Cameron West to kick. Kennett takes it on 25, across the 35 to the 40, down to the 44. So good field position for the Kennett Indians to start this drive for the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, that wasn't the best kick for the Bulldogs, a low kick. It gave time, didn't get the defenders time to get down there and get on that, and that got that ball out across midfield, going to give Kennett some good starting field position.
Last week, Mike, for St. Pius, you're probably not going to see much. The kicker they had was no returning. He kicked it through the end zone about every time.
Yeah.
Kennett comes to the line, takes the snap, right side, across the line of scrimmage. Going to pick up about 4.
Good tackle there by number 68, Derek Prigler. He was looking to bust that one wide open. As Kennett is opening up some holes for that backfield.
Derek Priggle on the tackle. Kennett with the ball on the 49-yard line. 2nd and 6.
Ball spotted right about midfield.
10:50 left here in this first half. Kennett sends 4 men wide. 3 left, 1 to the right. Man in motion, quarterback fake across the center, and he's going to be brought down by number 28, or I'm sorry, number 3, Daniel McCray.
Daniel McCray.
Pickup of, we're going to say 4. Made a 3rd and 1 for the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, Kennett's coming into this game, with a good offensive plan, and they are got a lot of motion involved, and they're getting some good blocking up front, and they're clipping off yards on every down.
Kennett ready to take the snap. There's a snap, handoff, first man through, across the midfield.
Boy, he tripped over one of his linemen, one of his blockers, or he might have busted that thing open. Man, that was a good burst of speed off that line.
They mark it on 38, 1st and 10, Kennett.
Well, both these teams have got settled in, Floyd, and they've shown that they can move the ball, and now they're going to have to make some defensive adjustments. And
just field announcer here said, Mike, St. Louis leads Pittsburgh 2-0.
Yeah.
Quarterback rolls out for Kennett. He has a man and overthrows him.
Yeah.
Not even close. But good-looking left-handed quarterback there for the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, he is. And don't go turning the channel, folks, just because the Cardinals are winning 2-0. We're watching high school football tonight. You can TiVo the ball game or something and watch that. And whoever they're playing, they'll probably come back and beat them. I might not should have said that. There's probably a bunch of Cardinal fans out here, ain't there?
Kennett Indians on the 38-yard line. They come to the line of scrimmage. Get ready to take a snap. Quarterback keeper cuts across, and he's going to be met. We're going to give him a 1 yard gain.
Yeah, and if you'll notice, Floyd, he kind of took a stutter step. He didn't have that burst that he's getting when he hands that ball off, and that stutter step allowed that defense to get adjusted. And, boy, but I tell you what, when that offense is in one fluid motion, they are quick. And they can flat move the ball.
When you got a quarterback as fast as Kennett does with the runs at option, you got to be on your toes at all times.
Yeah, and he's a big athletic-looking young man, too.
He
He's going to
rolls
roll
to the
out.
left
He's
side
looking.
and looks to throw. And
It's
complete. He's down to the 10. Touchdown, Kennett.
Touchdown, Indians. I think I might have had the blue view block, folks, but boy, that looked like a busted play, Floyd. The defender.
We have a flag on the play, Mike.
We got a flag on the play. Let's see what we've got.
Holding Portageville.
Against the defense.
Touchdown stands. Kennett declines the penalty. Touchdown, Kennett.
And boy, he threaded the needle with that pass, Floyd. He had defenders in the front, the back, both sides, and he put the ball the only place it could be.
He hit him on a dead run. 8:57 left here in the first half. Kennett strikes again as they go for 2.
Folks, I promise I'll quit sticking my program in front of the camera.
Kennett, quarterback keeper, goes to the right side, and he's in.
Oh, that's a big 2-point conversion for the Indians.
Well, Mike, Portageville stayed back and didn't pursue to him, and they let him get to the end zone.
Got them back on their heels. I think I'm going to have to get back on my heels, or my cameraman Caleb is going to fire me.
Well, like I say, you take up a little bit of room there, big boy.
Huh?
I said you take up a little room.
Yeah. Hey, I've been going to the gym and working out.
Yeah, you're not about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, 6'4". Don't ask me how much I weigh because I'm not telling you.
At least 200.
I appreciate that, Floyd.
14-6, Kennett Indians here with 8:52 left in the first half. They get ready to kick off to the Portageville Bulldogs. Been a good game so far.
Yeah, it has. Exciting game. Kennett putting up some offense. A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville has been serving the area with medical services with great quality and service. Visit them at 203 East 3rd Street or call 379-2100 for an appointment or information. A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville for local medical solutions. And we're back to action here. Kennett fresh off a score. Good kick as those Bulldog defenders had moved up. And he put that one in the end zone, so it'll be a touchback, and Portageville will take over 1st and 10 from the 20.
Portageville will take over on the 20-yard line, trailing 14-6.
Yeah, once again, that 2-point conversion for Kennett was big. Is both teams and their first scorers weren't able to convert on their extra points. They were locked up 6-6, but Kennett jumped out to a little advantage here now as the Bulldogs will start this drive on their own 20.
Left side look like Stanley Smith. No,
Carlos
McGee. He gets across to the 27.
I'm not sure if Stanley made it back in. You know, he hobbled that ankle up. I've been looking for him. I think I see him over on the sideline, so maybe that ankle may be a little tender.
8:26 left here in the first half. Portageville comes to the line. 2nd and 3. John Kellums takes a snap, pitch back. Carlos.
Good piece of running there by Carlos. He goes around the left side, and he'll pick up a first down.
First and 10 for the Bulldogs. Gets across to about the 33.
Bulldogs starting to find a little something out on those edges. They weren't able, they were pounding it right up the middle early in that first quarter, just weren't able to develop anything, and they found a little something to build on now.
John Kellums brings the Bulldog to the line of scrimmage. Gets ready to take a snap. Snap. First man through. Looked like Landon DeLeo.
Not much going there straight up that middle for Landon. Tackle looked like made by number 8 there for the Indians. Bring up second down and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Portageville comes to the line. They send Ben Story to the right side, Miles Stafford to the left. John Kellums takes the snap, pitch back to Daniel McCray, and he's brought down about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, he was about a block away from having some good running room there. Daniel's going to be a little bit slow getting up. And we've got an official's timeout for a player injury. And we're going to take a station break. You're watching high school football on Y8C TV.
For the best service for your prescription needs,
stop by Harris Pharmacy on 1st Street in Kennett. They offer free delivery and serve all local nursing homes and a drive-through for pickup. That's Harris Pharmacy at 1224 1st Street in Kennett.
First Midwest Bank Gold Club offers special privileges for our friends who are age 50 or better and have combined deposits of $5,000. Members enjoy trips, cruises, seminars, and picnics along with free personalized bank services. Upcoming trips include Journey Through the Holy Land, Yellowstone in winter, Classic Ireland, and Hawaiian Paradise Cruise. Stop by any First Midwest Bank location to sign up for the Gold Club. It's absolutely free. First Midwest Bank, providing common sense financial solutions every day.
All right, we welcome you back, folks. And
like Daniel McCray is going to walk off on his own.
Yeah, Portageville can't stand much more injury right now, as it looks like Stanley went out hobbling on that ankle a little bit earlier, and Daniel's a little slow getting off, so it's going to...
I believe when he came down on the ball, Mike, it knocked the breath out of him.
Yeah. That's not a good feeling.
2nd and 5 for the Portageville Bulldogs. Here, the ball on the 37. John Kellums comes to the line. Hard count, pulls the left side of the Kennett Indians off. So that's going to move it 5 yards. Bring up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Portageville, utilizing that hard snap count from that sophomore quarterback, Kellums, freshman quarterback, Kellums.
No, he should be a
He's sophomore.
He's sophomore.
He's in school, we know that. Yeah, sophomore, you're right.
All right, John Kellums to the line. First man through, Carlos McGee. He gets across to 45.
Good strong piece of running by Carlos. He'll get it out close to the first down territory.
First down for the Bulldogs at the 45-yard line with 6:41 left here in the first half. Portageville comes to the line. 1st and 10. John Kellums gets ready to take the snap. Takes snap, pitch back. Daniel McCray, and he picks it up, and he's going to be brought down for a loss about 7.
Yeah. Bulldogs didn't need that after just picking up that first down. And
no, they're lucky, Mike, they didn't lose the ball because Kennett fell on it, and it shot out from underneath him, and Daniel luckily picked it up. Second and 17 for the Bulldogs after a 7-yard loss. Kellums to the line, take the snap. Pitch back, Daniel McCray. He goes wide right, and he's brought down about the 42. So good running on the right side there.
Yeah, and once again, some good defense there by the Indians. There's 3 or 4 guys getting up off that pile after the tackle. And
Third and 13 for the Bulldogs. 5:22 left here in the first half. They trail 14-6. John Kellums goes to the shotgun. There's a snap. He looks for the open man. He scrambles. He gets across the left side, and he's brought down about the
he got level.
46 as they're going to call a late hit on the Kennett Indian.
That may have been a little high.
Yeah, he went at the head.
Yeah, he kind of led with his helmet. It looked like that may be what they're going to call. If so, that's going to be a huge break for the Bulldogs. But I'm going to tell you what, that number 9, Bron McPherson, is flat laying leather to him, buddy. That's a couple big hits he's had tonight.
15-yard walk-off. So first and 10 for the Bulldogs. Just a little lack of concentration on the Kent Indians, Mike, because they had Portageville pushed back and in trouble.
And we've got a timeout, Kennett. We'll send a shout out to our sponsors. Crop Production Services, one of the largest distribution networks of agriculture products and services in southeast Missouri, is proud to support high school athletics. CPS provides services including various soil sampling and mapping, fall fertilizer and lime, custom application services, wheat seed chemicals, and Dynagrow seed and LPI nutritional products. Crop Production Services has a knowledgeable staff providing agronomic solutions for all your fall needs or for your plan for your spring 2014 needs. Contact CPS in Portageville, Hewlin, Sykeston, Bernie, and other locations throughout southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas. I'd like to say thanks to Mitchell's Pharmacy in Kennett helping bring to you tonight's game. Mitchell's Pharmacy is located in downtown Kennett on the square, serving your daily prescription needs with local delivery, professional customer service, and a fine gift shop. And soon opening a new location in Malden as their North County branch. Special thanks to Mitchell Pharmacy.
John Kellums to the line, takes a snap, quarterback keeper, and he's going to be brought down by the Kennett Indians. He gets pushed back to the 48.
Yeah, and Ben Story had a couple steps on his man out there, but Kellums under heavy duress. So
somebody on the right side lost their man.
They just gave back that 15-yard penalty as they're looking at 2nd and 19. Ball back out close to midfield.
Kellums brings the Bulldogs back to the line. 4:20 left here in the first half. John takes a snap, pitch back. Carlos McGee, good block by Daniel McCurry, and Carlos gets across to about the 46. We call it 3rd and 16. Pick up a 3 by Carlos. Third and 17 for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs come to the line. They spread 3 wide. Ben Story, Miles Stafford. False start against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, if Kellums would have went ahead and snapped that ball, they would have got encroachment. But just didn't happen that way, and it turned back again on the Bulldogs. So
that's just a young mistake.
Yeah, it was. He had the guy jump across the neutral zone. If he snapped the ball, he'd have had him. But
3rd and 22.
Nonetheless, 3rd and 22 for the Bulldogs.
John Kellum's ball, hands off. Second man through.
Well, that's a good tackle right there by number, looks like 64 maybe.
Daniel McCrary, he gets across to the 45. Well, they mark it on the 43.
Yeah, number 64. Looks like Nick Arnett just saved a big play for the Bulldogs.
4th and 19. Portageville back to punt. Bryce Wallace back to the kick. Snap. There's the kick. Good kick. Taken on a 15. He goes to the right side and has running room. He gets to across the 30. And he's going to be brought down about the 36.
Good return for the Indians.
Ben Story with the tackle. So Kennett takes over on the own 36. 2:21 left here in the first half. Kennett on top, 14-6 over the Bulldogs. Kennett with the ball. They come to the line. Quarterback looks to throw. Man wide open. Overthrows
his
him.
Fingertips. Beautiful pass.
He had his defender beat by a couple steps.
Yeah.
Just off of his fingertips.
Yep. Well, I noticed those Kennett wide receivers are quick coming off that line. They're right on top of that snap count, and they're coming quick off there, and they're getting a couple of steps on these Bulldog defenders, and if they can connect, they're going to hit pay dirt.
All right, Kennett takes a snap, quick pitch to the right side, and he's going to be brought down.
Well defended by the Bulldogs, and we got a flag on the play.
Looks like it's going to be I think holding against Kennett, Mike. We'll see.
Yeah, it looked like Carlos may have got taken to the ground by his man over here, and let's see what they're going to give us.
It is holding against Kennett Indian. Mark off a 5 yard or 10.
Yeah, it'll be 10 yards, so big break for the Bulldogs. If they can hold a couple, but 2 men, 2:08, some timeouts left, they might be able to get possession, but Kennett has controlled this first half of this football game. Portageville on the one big pass play to put them on the board. And
2nd and 22 for the Kennett Indians. Kennett comes to the line. Look like Kennett calls timeout.
And we're going to take a station break. You're watching high school football on YHC TV.
I want to stay connected to you. I like the way you do what you do. All right, okay, you're fine.
Call Audubell Hearing Center at 1-800-499-8786 or visit one of our locations in Dexter and Poplar Bluff, Missouri today.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go? Yeah!
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play Package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
And we welcome you back here to high school football on YHTC TV, where the Kennett Indians are leading the Portageville Bulldogs 14-6. Kennett with a 2nd and 22 from their own 20-yard line. Number 10 will take the snap from the shotgun. He rolls out right. He's still on his feet. He's got room, and he's finally going to be drugged down out of bounds after he's going to gain about 15 of that back. And with the clock still running, 1 minute 54 seconds here. Kennett on the move, Floyd.
Good run by the Kennett Indian quarterback. So he gets across to about the 41-yard line. 1:40 here on the clock here in the first half as Kennett leads the Bulldogs 14-6.
Yeah, Kennett keeping Portageville on their toes with a good mix of run and pass, and not knowing when that quarterback's going to tuck or when he's going to hand it off, and he's got speed either ways.
Kennett comes to the line, ready to take the snap. Quarterback goes left side, looks to keep. He throws the ball. And,
almost intercepted by number 16, Bryce Wallace.
Bryce Wallace with the tip and knocks it down. So incomplete pass for the Kennett Indians.
So it'll bring up 4th down and 6, and the Bulldogs bar a fake punt. Will get one more shot at it to tie this thing up before the half.
Kennett comes to the line, gets ready to punt it away. Snap, looks to punt, good kick.
Punt.
As Portageville lets it roll, takes the Kennett roll down to about the 19-yard line. So Portageville will take over on the 19 with 1 minute and 1 second left here in this first half. Trailing by 8.
Well, I'll be anxious to see if Portageville just going to kind of lay out back there and run it out with a long part of the field to work against, or if they're going to try to put something in. Get a little momentum for the second half. We'll know here shortly. We hope you folks are enjoying the broadcast tonight. We appreciate all you viewers out there.
Bulldogs come to the line. John Kellum's set to take the snap. Here's a snap. Second man through. John rolls back. Pass over to Daniel McCray. He spins away from one, and they're going to catch him just up across the line of scrimmage.
Well defended there by the Indians once again.
43 seconds. Clock running here in the first half. Portageville comes to the line. Miles Stafford to the left. Ben Story to the right. Hand off. Carlos McGee. And he gets across and gets a first down.
Good piece of running there by Carlos as Portageville. They're going to have to stop to move the chains.
12 seconds left here in the first half. Portageville picks up another
They
first
better be
down.
ready to go, because when they spot those chains, they're going to.
Timeout.
And Portageville will call the timeout. And we're going to take a station break. You're watching high school football on YHC TV.
Make your plans to be a part of the 83rd Annual Missouri Mid-South Gospel Singing Convention featuring over 35 gospel music artists. This big two-day event is on September 20th and 21st, and it'll be held at the Malden Community Center in Malden, Missouri, starting at 5 o'clock each evening. There's no admission, and there'll be a songwriter seminar on Saturday. Great food, great fellowship, and good old gospel music. That's the 83rd Annual Missouri Mid-South Singing Convention, September 20th and 21st at the Malden Community Center. For more information, call 417-576-5188.
All right, Mike, back here with probably the last play of the first half. Portageville picked up the first down. Ball marked on the 32. 12 seconds left here in the first half. Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line. Takes a snap, pitch back, reverse, over to A.V. Banks. Banks to the left side. He gets across, and he's out across the midfield.
Well, Floyd, I think that was a design play. They got enough yards picked up that Kellums could just about send one a Hail Mary style down into that end zone close and have one last shot at it, as A.V. Knew he wasn't going to be able to hit pay dirt, so he took it on out of bounds. Good thinking there by A.V. And let's see what the Bulldogs dial up. What looks like to be, unless we have a penalty, will be the final play of this half.
John Kellums comes to the line for the Bulldogs. Shotgun formation. Takes a snap. He looks for a throw. There it is to the sideline, and that's the end of the first half. Incomplete pass. Kennett on top, 14-6.
And we're going to take a break for halftime, folks, and we'll see you for a second half of high school football.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 First Street in Kennett, Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP at 573-888-4664.
When was the last time you've been to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance?
Not sure.
Well, then you have been missing out on all kinds of incredible furniture.
Really?
Yes, they have furniture for every room in your home, in styles you want, and at prices you can afford.
Are you talking about Wilcoxon Home Place Furniture and Appliance on the South Bypass in Kennett?
Take a few minutes and make the drive to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance and rediscover quality furniture for all rooms of your home.
For the best service for your prescription needs, stop by Harris Pharmacy on 1st Street in Kennett. They offer free delivery and serve all local nursing homes and a drive-through for pickup. That's Harris Pharmacy at 1224 1st Street in Kennett.
First Midwest Bank Gold Club offers special privileges for our friends who are age 50 or better and have combined deposits of $5,000. Members enjoy trips, cruises, seminars, and picnics along with free personalized bank services. Upcoming trips include Journey Through the Holy Land, Yellowstone in winter, Classic Ireland, and Hawaiian Paradise Cruise. Stop by any First Midwest Bank location to sign up for the Gold Club. It's absolutely free. First Midwest Bank, providing common sense financial solutions every day.
I wanna stay connected to you. I like the way you do what you do. Alright, okay, you're fine.
Call Audubell Hearing Center at 1-800-499-8786 or visit one of our locations in Dexter and Poplar Bluff, Missouri today.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go.
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play Package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
All right, folks, we welcome you back for the second half of high school football. We're here in Kennett, Missouri on a beautiful night for football as the Kennett Indians lead the Portageville Bulldogs 14-6, and Kennett kind of had a free will with that offense there in the first half, Floyd, as they were running that spread, and they removed the ball realistically. A couple of big plays on defense kept it from being probably about 20 or 24-6, in my opinion. Bulldogs had a big pass play from John Kellums down there to Ben Story to put them on the board. Two-point conversion failed, but that's why they play two halves. You go in and regroup, make your adjustments, and we'll see what Portageville's got for this second half against these hometown Kennett Indians.
Well, Portageville had a drive going, and then they had a couple missed plays, cost them one 15-yard loss. A couple plays later, pick up a first down. Next play, I believe it was, another loss, about 19. So that series of downs there, the Bulldogs had the ball moving, looking good, and just fell apart there just for a couple of downs and couldn't get it in.
Yeah, Portageville had to make some adjustments through the week. One of their wide receivers, Hunter Cook, out with an injury, and so they kind of had to alter their game plan and put it on the ground a little bit more. And a couple of hopefully minor injuries there in the first half on Stanley Smith, one of the tailbacks, and putting all the workload over on the sophomore McCray and senior Carlos McGee.
As officials wait for the clock to run down, Kennett's ready to receive. Look like they're going to swap ends of the field. Portageville will be kicking off to the Kennett Indians. Officials meet at midfield, talk it over, and just get everything going. Portageville looks to kick off to the Kennett Indians, start this second half, trailing 14-6. Fresh 12 minutes on the board, Mike.
Well, Kennett controlled the field position in the first half, and Bulldogs with the one big play that got them in the end zone. Other than that, just couldn't get a whole lot of drives going and get the good field position as they will kick it away. Taken by the up man, and he'll pitch it back. Number 25, straight up the middle, and boy, he is leveled.
By
big lick right there by Trevor Brands, number 62. Ooh, he'll remember that number.
As Kennett gets across to the 28, Portageville, Trevor Brands puts a hit on him to start this second half.
Well, and the defense held their own there, Floyd, in first half. I kind of feel like they kept them in this ball game. As I said, Kennett could have opened that thing up, and but the defense held strong, and they just need that offense to give them a little support, get some points up on the board. We got us a ball game.
All right, Kennett comes to the line, gets ready to take the snap. Shotgun formation, 5 receivers wide, man in motion, handoff, cuts across the center, plenty of running room, and across the 50, 40, 30, and he's going to be brought down about the 10-yard line, run down by number 9, A.V. Banks.
Yeah, Bryce Wallace in pursuit and got him slowed up just a little bit for A.V. to run him down, but once again, Kennett just opened it up some gaping holes there, and Big opening play for the Kennett Indians. The Bulldogs did not need that.
They run it across that right side against the Bulldogs and had a big open hole.
Yeah, the Bulldogs having trouble containing with that motion in the backfield, and they're stretching that thing out, and the Bulldogs just haven't. They've been able to hold it in check, but Kennett's been able to bust some big plays on them.
Kennett at the line, quarterback keeper across the center. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Give him one. Be a 2nd and 9 on the 9-yard line for the Kennett Indians.
Well, and this will be a test of Portageville's will, Floyd. You know, they're coming off a big 9-2 season last year, and lost a bunch of starters, and they regrouped and reloaded, and not a whole lot of times did they play down this year, but if Kennett punches them in here, they're going to have them in a pretty good hole early in this second half.
Kennett comes to the line. Quarterback takes a snap, looks to the left, throws, and incomplete. Look like we have a flag over on the far side of the field.
Yeah, I never heard the initial whistle, and the defender thought the play was still alive, but it was a forward pass,
false
which
start.
means it was incomplete. So it was a false start against the Indians. Break there for the Bulldogs.
So that'll push the Kennett Indians back 5 yards. Might get 2nd and 13.
Ball will be spotted on the 14-yard line.
Second down and 13.
Kennett comes back to the line. They have 2 to the right, 2 to the left. Quarterback takes snap, rolls to the right, looks for running room. He's pursued, and he gets across. We're going to give him 1 yard.
Yeah, they struck that thing out, and the Bulldog defense picked up on it and were able to shut it down. So
Derek Priggle in on the tackle.
Portageville just steady making adjustments. Kennett opened up to the big play. Looked like they were going to just walk it right in, and Portageville's got them in a 3rd and 9 down here. But Kennett's got Portageville pinned deep here. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Well, if the Bulldogs could hold here, it'd be huge for their momentum, Floyd. They're not going to wind up with very good field position, but they need, if any way possible, to keep Kennett out of the end zone here to stay in this ball game.
Kennett's ready to take a snap. They send 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Quarterback sends the man in motion, keeps it himself, goes across the right side, and one man to beat, and he's going to be brought down short of the goal line.
So we're going to be really, really close with the chain still standing. He's got to be about a yard short unless they're going to measure it. They are going to measure. This will be huge for the Bulldogs to give them one more chance to stop or it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Indians. So we're going to be on the spot right here, folks. And it looks like it's about 6 inches short, so we're going to see what this Bulldog defense is made of. This is going to be one of the biggest plays for the Bulldog defense in this young season yet, Floyd. If they can hold here, be huge for their momentum.
4th and 1 for the Kennett Indians.
4th and 1 for the Indians on the 1-yard line.
Portageville, they get toe-to-toe on the line. Kennett still in the shotgun formation. Ready for the snap. There's the snap. First man through. And
well, I believe it's touchdown.
Touchdown, Kennett.
Boy, he got just the nose of the ball in there, and
20-6, Kennett Indians on top of the Portageville Bulldogs here with 9:16 left in this third quarter. Kennett lines up for the point after.
It's a big extra point. And it's blocked. That'll keep it a 14-point game for the Bulldogs. So with 9:16 left here in the third quarter, Kennett Indians 20, Portageville Bulldogs 6. Tonight's game being sponsored in part by Turf Renovations. Turf Renovations is responsible for outstanding field services in the areas such as Portageville, Dexter, Sykeston, and area baseball fields as well. Turf Renovation prides themselves on providing the best playing surface possible for the area's athletes. Special thanks to Turf Renovations, and go to check out their products, go to turfrenovations.com. If you need some auto parts, go down and see Colin Darty and his staff down at Delta Auto Parts and Salvage. They're located on Highway 61 North at Portageville. They specialize in domestic car and light truck parts. Go to deltaautoparts.com for parts information. Boy, the Bulldogs need something here, Floyd. Need a big return, get some field position or spark. That Kennett Indian football team just looks full of life, and the Bulldogs are looking a little dejected. Still a lot of time here. We've still got a ball game here, folks. Only down by 2 scores.
Daniel McCray and A.V. Banks back deep for the Bulldogs to take the kickoff. Kennett lines up, kick going across to A.V. Banks. A.V. Banks around the left side, gets across the 30-yard line. They're going to call him out of bounds about the 35.
Where the Bulldogs will set up first down and 10.
A.V. brings it back 15, so Portageville on the 35-yard line.
We'll find out what kind of adjustment Coach Bullock made at half of these Bulldogs. Just wasn't a whole lot of the offense other than the passing score there in the second quarter. They'll set them up in the wishbone offense.
They send Ben Story wide to the right. 3 men back. John Garrett ready to take a snap. Second man through, Carlos McGee. He gets across the line of scrimmage. We'll give him 1. Bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, Kennett getting some good penetration up front on that line.
John Kellums takes a snap. Handoff Carlos McGee. He breaks the tackle, and he's going to get across to the 45. First down, Bulldogs.
Carlos being a workhorse for the Bulldogs tonight.
They bring the ball up to the 44-yard line. First and 10, Portageville. John Kellums puts the ball in play. Hand off to Daniel McCray, and he gets across to about the 47. Pickup of 2. Make it 2nd and 8.
Gain up 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
John Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line. Snap, handoff, Carlos McGee, straight up the middle, has room, breaks the play. Here's a
Carlos McGee
20,
still on his feet.
25, down to the 17. Good run by Carlos McGee as he went right up the middle, broke a tackle, got a lead block out in front of him, and Portageville gets it down to the about the 16-yard line.
Well, Carlos McGee showing some big senior leadership there. As he's going to try to get these Bulldogs. They're going to claw their way back into this ball game, as he has flat been a workhorse tonight out of that backfield.
Kellums at the line, takes a snap, pitch back, Carlos McGee, and he's going to be met by a host of Indians. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, Mike, bring up a 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
7:35 left here in this third quarter.
Bulldogs in desperate need of a score for their momentum.
They send Ben Story wide right. Bryce Wallace to the left, handoff, 2nd man through. Still trying to get across to the 15.
Well, there's just nothing there. Once again, you got 4 guys coming up off that ball. Good game tackling by the Indians.
Daniel McCray, 3rd and 7 for the Bulldogs. Kellums come to center, ready to take snaps, fumble, and he goes down, and there's going to be a personal foul against Kennett as he speared the quarterback. That's what I'm looking at, Mike. Did you see anything different? Kellums drops on the ball, and one of the Kennett Indians took his helmet.
In with his helmet and the flag right there where the foul was. So I want to say you're right, Floyd. And this may be a huge break once again for the Bulldogs, as they got one earlier that is going to be a personal foul against the Indians, and that's going to get the Bulldogs right down on the goal line. And they had one of those personal fouls earlier that they weren't able to capitalize on, Floyd. But let's see what the Bulldogs look like. Stanley Smith checking back in the game for the Bulldogs, and he's going to give McCray a blow there, and that's going to get the ball down inside right around the 5-yard line. So that's going to make it 3rd and about 1, I would say. Well, Portageville will just face this stand. Looks like they've got some confusion there.
John
from the
Kellums
sophomore
calls
quarterback.
timeout for the Bulldogs.
And we're going to take a station break. You're watching high school football on YHC TV.
For more than 75 years, the law firm of Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP, has served the legal needs of Southeast Missouri. Located at 308 1st Street in Kennett, Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP is a full-service law firm providing representation in a wide range of areas, such as personal injury, workers' compensation, family law, criminal law, probate, business, and estate planning. For all your legal needs, call Crow, Reynolds, Shetley, McVeigh, and Shear, LLP at 573-888-4664.
And we welcome you back with a big 3rd and 1 for the Bulldogs as they're knocking on the door of the Kennett Indians.
4th and 1. Handoff, Stanley Smith, right side, gets across to about the 4-yard line. I believe he's going to pick up the 1st down.
I believe he will. Look like the Bulldogs will get a fresh set of downs as they'll drop the stick, so the Bulldogs will get 4 shots at it right here, 1st and goal. Let's buckle down and get ready and see what we got, folks.
Big Stanley gets a 1st down for the Bulldogs. Down to the 2-yard line. Kellums comes to the line, takes a snap, handoff. Carlos McGee, left side, still driving, and we'll see where they mark it. Look like they're going to put him right back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he didn't get much air, Floyd. Good penetration there by that Indian defense. And Portageville going to have to catch him off guard here.
2nd and goal for the Bulldogs. Kellums to the line. Fumble. Kellums falls on the ball. No,
once again, a bad snap, and it's going to be recovered by the Indians.
Portageville turns it over with a bad snap by the Bulldogs. So on the 2-yard line, Kennett will take over.
Yeah, that was huge there for Kennett, boy. Portageville had their ears pinned back, and don't know if we had a bad exchange or what there, but that's 2 bad exchanges there in that series when you're down there on the goal line, and Portageville just couldn't make it work out. But nonetheless, Kennett will take over 1st down and 10, pinned deep in their own territory. 5 minutes and 50 seconds left here in this third quarter. We'll send a shout out to our sponsors. Greenpoint Ag in Portageville, located south of Portageville on Highway T. The 7 Greenpoint locations offer seed, fertilizer, crop protection products, and custom application services. And stop by the Portageville Farm and Home Store for a large selection of home, lawn, and garden supplies, hardware, and clothing. Go to greenpointag.com or call 573-379-3816. Butler Drugstore on Main Street in Portageville is your local full-service pharmacy, also including gifts and fine jewelry. Dr. Trey Roan has been serving the area for many years and provide your prescription solution services. Butler Drugstore at 222 East Main in Portageville. Call 379-5469. Stop in and see Trey and his fine and friendly staff there at Butler Drug, Portageville, Missouri.
All right, Mike, Kennett comes to the line of scrimmage on their own 5-yard line after the turnover. Quarterback keeper rolls to the left, looks to throw, man open to the 19, and he's going to be brought down.
Well, you know, Floyd is kind of exactly the opposite of last week, which Portageville playing, you know, a little more solid ball team this year, in these, or this week, excuse me, in these Kennett Indians than they faced last week. But Portageville was able to force a lot of turnovers last week that they capitalized on, and it's turned against them tonight as Kennett's creating the turnovers, and Portageville just not able to capitalize on.
Kennett with the ball. They get ready to take a snap. Handoff, number 1 across the midfield, and he's brought down by number 60, Trevor Brands. Or, I'm sorry,
Derek
Priggle. Tell you, those numbers are hard to read right there on those white jerseys.
Yeah, they are.
Look like, was that Gooch?
Yeah, I don't know if we're looking at a cramp or his knee, but he's not wanting to move it at all, whatever it is. He's just kind of standing there saying, I just can't move. As training staff and one of the coaches having what looks like an ankle. That's why he couldn't. Well, we hate to see that. Let's hope it's nothing serious. He's starting to put a little bit of weight on it now. So, once again, we'll send out a shout to our sponsors. Go down and see Miss Lorna Turnage at A+ Family Clinic in Portageville. She's been serving the area with medical services of great quality and service. Visit them at 203 East 3rd Street or call 379-2100 for an appointment or information. A+ Family Clinic in Portageville for local medical solutions. Crop Production Services, one of the largest distribution networks of agricultural products and services in southeast Missouri, is proud to support high school athletics. CPS provides services including various soil sampling and mapping, fall fertilizer and lime, custom application services, wheat seed, chemicals, and Dyna-Grow seed, and LPI nutritional products. Go down and check them out at CPS. As we're back to action here, it'll be a 2nd down and 7 for the Indians after the injury timeout.
First man through to the right side, has running room across the 35. He's taken out of bounds by, look like, is that Ben Story?
Yeah, I believe that's right, Floyd.
He gets across to the 35-yard line. First and 10, Kennett.
Yeah. Portageville just got to forget about that last drive down there and shake it off, because they've got to figure out a way to get themselves back in this football game. They were driving, knocking on the door, fumble down there on the goal line, but they've got to shake this off, and they've got to get some fire and some momentum into them, as Kennett's carrying it all right now.
First and 10, Kennett, 4:59 left here in the third quarter. On top of the Bulldogs, 20-6. Kennett takes a snap, a handoff, fumble.
There's a fumble. Let's see. We got a flag back here in the backfield.
Kennett loses the ball and back at the 28. They fall on it. See what the call is. Illegal shift against the Kennett Indians. decline.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 15 for the Indians.
Penalty is declined. Be a loss of the play on the fumble. Kennett ball, 2nd down and 15.
Kennett comes to the line. Spread 3, 2 to the right, 2 to the left. 1 man back. Shotgun formation. Quarterback takes the ball, rolls to the left, looks to pass. There he lets it go. Man there. Incomplete.
Just over the fingertips of number 2.
Wide open.
Intended out there for Wilson and just couldn't make the connection. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 15 for the Indians.
Big play here for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs need to hold. Force a punt or force a turnover or something. Well, they've got some good field position down on this Kennett Indian, the end of the field.
Kennett comes to the line. Quarterback takes the snap, looks to the right, looks to throw, across a man.
Intercepted. Almost intercepted.
He had it, then he dropped it.
Yeah, that receiver got to turn around and play defender real quick, and he broke that up. So, yeah.
So 4th and 15 for the Indians. Look like they send their punter out. Kennett will kick it away. Hilburn to do the kick. He's been getting some good punts off, Mike. There's a snap. Here's the kick.
Well, Portageville come after it, and they about got to it.
Ball across to the 45. Takes the Kennett Indian row. And it's going to be brought down about the 36. Good kick by the Kennett Indians. Portageville will take over on the 36-yard line.
Once again, Floyd, Portageville's still in this ball game, but they're going to have to capitalize on turnover and mistakes that Kennett make because they're not making any. And Portageville just not racking up a lot of yards in total offense, not being able to move the ball at will. And, you know, they've had a couple of big runs from Carlos McGee to keep some drives alive and keep going, but they just can't finish them off. So let's see what kind of drive the Bulldogs can get going here.
So John Kellums brings the Bulldog to the line as they get ready to take over. Snap, 2nd man through, Carlos McGee. He goes across the center, gets to the 40-yard line.
Well, Carlos just keeps those legs driving. He just refuses to go down.
Pick up a 4. We'll call it 2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs. 3:59 left here in this 3rd quarter. Portageville trails 20-6. Kellums looks to throw. He rolls out to the left side. There's the pass and incomplete. Flag on the right side here, Mike.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we got going on here. It's probably going to be a hold.
Holding. Look like holding gets Kennett. No.
Not real sure about that one, Floyd. I'm not sure a public address announcer knows either. He just said penalty against the Indians because I'm not sure what that was. That's kind of, I don't know, maybe if it was an equipment infraction or something the officials didn't like against the Indians, but good break for the Bulldogs.
Substitution infraction.
Legal substitution. Okay, thank you, Floyd.
2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. Hand off to Stanley Smith. He stays on his feet, gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he kind of slipped on that cut back there, and he was lucky to get it back there to that line of scrimmage. This is going to be a big 3rd down and 1 for the Bulldogs.
Portageville comes to the line, 3rd and 1 with 3:21 left here in this 3rd quarter. Kellums gets the call from the sideline, takes a snap, quarterback keeper, and looks like he's going to get the first down. Went on a quick snap, lunges forward, and
good quick thinking there by the Bulldogs. Carlos McGee will check back in for Stanley Smith.
1st and 10, Portageville. Ball marked on the 47.
The Bulldogs hanging tough here, trying to get back in this ball game with 3:04 here left in this third quarter. Kellums back to pass. Under pressure, he's going to roll out to the left. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass by John Kellums as he tries to get it over to Miles Stafford.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball spotted just short of midfield.
Bryce Wallace wide left. Ben Story to the right. Kellums with the ball, hand off, Carlos McGee, and he gets back across to about the line of scrimmage as he's met by a host of Indians.
Tackle made by number 65, Jake Peck. Number 56, Tanner Bryant. No gain on the play.
3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs on the 47. Portageville having a hard time moving the ball right now. Kellums under center, takes snap, pitch back to Daniel McCray. McCray's out to the right side, and he's brought down out of bounds about the 45.
Nothing there at all.
You got to have some blocks out there.
And to bring up 4th down and about 12 for the Bulldogs.
So look like Bryce Wallace will drop back, do the punting for the Bulldogs.
Back to punt for the Bulldogs, number 16, Bryce Wallace. Back to return for the Indians, number 1, and Travius Drake.
And Travius Drake back for the Indians. Wallace with the ball. He gets a block on the punt, and it rolls out of bounds about the 34-yard line. Kennett gets a hand on the ball, Mike. Kennett will take over on downs. 34-yard line, 1st and 10, Indians.
Well, once again, the Bulldogs are putting all the burden on this defense. This Bulldog defense is going to have to stand up. They cannot afford to give up any more points if they're planning on keeping themselves in this ball game. That offense is going to have to stay on that field a little longer, sustain some drive, give this defense a chance to, as a lot of these guys are going both ways, and it makes it tough.
3-man front for the Bulldogs. Quarterback keeper goes right side, and he's brought down. Fumble on the play. We'll see who gets the ball.
On the carry, number 10, Nelson.
Looks like Kennett gets back on it.
Looked like Kennett fell back on the ball, so.
Yeah, recovered there by number 85.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8 for the Kennett Indians, a pickup of 2. Kennett comes to the line as they get ready to send 3 guys to the left, 2 to the right. Man in motion, handoff, left side. He has running room, swings out wide, gets to the 45-yard. They mark him out at the 43.
Tackle made by number 1, Ben Story for the Bulldogs. He's going to be, looks like about a yard shy of the first down. Bring up 3rd and 1 for Kennett.
35 seconds left here in this third quarter. Kennett 3rd and 1 as they come to the line. They take a snap, hand off, right up the middle. Good running room, cross midfield. Brought down about the 48. Trayvon Bradford picks up the first down for the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, just a totally different offense than the Bulldogs faced last week. As St. Pius just lined it up and came right up the middle, and the Bulldogs were able to shut them down. But Kennett spread this thing out with a lot of motion, and the Bulldogs just having a hard time keeping up with it.
A lot of speed on the Kennett side, Mike.
Yeah, it is. And we get some good blocking up front, forcing Portageville to that three-man front.
Quarterback keeper goes the right side, gets across 45, 40, 35, got blocks ahead of him, and taken out of bounds about the 29-yard line. Yeah. Another first down for Kennett.
Yeah, that quarterback showing some good patience, waiting on his blocks, and the blocks are developing, and he's utilizing them. And just steady picking up the yards against the Bulldogs. That'll end the third quarter with the Kennett Indians up on the Portageville Bulldogs 20-6. We'll take a station break. You're watching high school football on YCTV.
When was the last time you've been to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance?
Not sure.
Well, then you have been missing out on all kinds of incredible furniture.
Really?
Yes, they have furniture for every room in your home, in styles you want, and at prices you can afford.
Are you talking about Wilcoxon Home Place Furniture and Appliance on the South Bypass in Kennett?
Take a few minutes and make the drive to Wilcoxon's Home Place Furniture and Appliance and rediscover quality furniture for all rooms of your home.
For the best service for your prescription needs, stop by Harris Pharmacy on 1st Street in Kennett. They offer free delivery and serve all local nursing homes and a drive-through for pickup. That's Harris Pharmacy at 1224 1st Street in Kennett.
And we welcome you back to start this fourth quarter with the Kennett Indians leading the Portageville Bulldogs 20-6 and driving. They'll have a 1st and 10 on the Portageville 30-yard line. And the Bulldogs just can't give up another score here, Floyd, with a quarter of play left. They need to create a turnover or force it on downs because they've got to get the ball and they've got to get some offense going and get some points back up against these Indians in this fourth quarter.
Kennett comes to the line. They get ready to take the snap. Shotgun formation, man in motion, handoff, number 2, left side. Following his blockers, gets across to 25.
On the carry for Indians, number 2, Edward Wilson. Going out of bounds by number 82, Cooper Samples.
Cooper Samples over on the tackle. Marking on the 22-yard line. Personal foul against the Kennett Indians. That's our third one tonight against them.
Well, the Bulldogs have got to capitalize on this, Floyd.
The dead ball, personal foul penalty after the play, so play will count in a 15-yard penalty. Second down for the Indians.
That'll push the Indians back to about the 37-yard line. Kennett at the line of scrimmage, ready to take a snap. First man through, across the middle. He's met by a host of Bulldogs. He's going to be brought down by Michael Hopkins and Derek Priggle.
Third down for the Indians.
Third and long for the Kennett Indians. Ball on 38. Kennett comes to the line, ready to take a snap. There's a snap. Quarterback rolls to the right, looking for an open man. There's the pass. And complete. Pushed to the back by the Kennett Indians. It's going to be pass interference against Kennett.
Yeah, it looked like the receiver pushed off.
He pushed off
to
get the extra yard, and it's going to be brought back. Woo! So another mental lapse against the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, they could have put this thing away if it hadn't been for a few mental mental errors. They had the personal foul, and then on top of that, the offensive pass interference.
Officials meeting there in midfield. We'll see what they line out. Push in the back against Kennett. They bring it back.
That's going to bring up 3rd and a mile for the Indians.
Brings the ball all the way back across midfield to the 42.
It'll be 3rd and 40. And they had an unsportsmanlike conduct on top of the offensive pass interference. That's why we've got such a big walk-off, folks. So now we got it all deciphered for you. And bar another penalty, we'll get a playoff here.
The fourth personal foul against Kennett tonight. 3rd and 40 for the Kennett Indians. They're on top of the Portageville Bulldogs, 20-6 here in the 4th quarter. Kennett comes to the line. Quarterback takes a snap, rolls to the right, looks for open man. He has running room. He gets across to the 35. Across 40.
He'll get a big chunk of it back. Going to bring up about 4th and 20 for the Indians.
Kennett Indians has a good punter, Mike. He could pin the Bulldogs deep in their own territory. Hilburn has been kicking the ball well tonight, Mike. He's gotten off 3 good kicks. There's a snap, kick, kicks it to the opposite side of the field, gets the roll. Going to roll across about the 15-yard line.
And now we've got a personal foul. It looks like it's going to be against the Bulldogs. Well, Coach Bullock is not happy at all with that. That's
personal foul I see coming against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's getting a little chippy. There's no need for that. Portageville not able to gain any field position, and now they're just giving it away. So
the dead ball penalty after the play was over, so the ball was out of bounds. It's going to be assessed at that point. Portageville football.
Should put it on the about 7.
Yeah, I believe that'll be right, Floyd. That just kind of added insult to injury. Portageville got to dig themselves out of a big, big hole right here.
All right, Portageville will take over 1st and 10 after the personal foul on the punt. Hilburn with a good kick down to the 15, add the personal foul. Portageville will take over on the 8-yard line. Callum's pitch back, fake reverse. Smith over to the right side, and he gets across to the, see where they mark him out.
It's going to be a gain of about 7, it looked like to me, Floyd. Or maybe 5, excuse me.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7.
Bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
Pick up a 3. Stanley Smith.
Had a 2nd down and 6.
John Kellums comes to the line with the Bulldogs. Ready to take the snap. Takes snap, handoff, 2nd man through. He's met by a Kennett Indian. No pickup, Carlos McGee.
Nothing there. Bulldogs need some kind of play to get them out of this hole, or they're going to give it back over to Kennett with some really good field position.
3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs. Here in the 4th quarter, 10-11 left here to play. Trailing 20-6. John Kellums comes to the line for the Bulldogs. Takes snap, 1st man through. He rolls looking for the pass. There's a pass, incomplete, out of bounds.
And the Bulldogs will have to punt it away deep in their own territory.
Portageville's going to be forced to punt deep in their own territory. Kennett in good field position here, Mike.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kennett come after this punt hard, Floyd.
Bryce Wallace in his own end zone. There's a snap, kick, good kick, spiral kick across the 35. Take a Kennett Indian bounce. Going to be brought dead by Derek Priggle at the 35.
Where the the Indians will set up 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 35-yard line.
Going to the bottom of the 5th inning, the Cardinals lead the Pirates 5-1.
Well, once again, Floyd, it's going to be on the Bulldog defense to keep the Bulldogs with any chance in this ball game. But 9 minutes, 37 seconds left here in the final quarter. Kennett up 20-6.
Kennett takes over 1st and 10 on the 35. They come to the line. Kennett puts man in motion, hand off. He comes across and he's met in the backfield by number 54. That Logan Chambliss. 2nd and 15.
Warren Chambliss on the stop.
2nd and 15 for the Kennett Indians. Ball on the 40-yard line. Kennett comes to the line. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Gets across to the 38-yard line. They mark it on Stanley Smith on the tackle. 3rd and 9 for the Kennett Indians.
Yeah, you almost got to believe the Bulldogs have got to stop here, Floyd, down by 2 scores. With the clock steady running, if Indians pick up a 1st down, it's steady eat away at that clock. So
Kennett with the ball. He rolls out to the left, and he's going to be brought down by the fumble.
The ball's loose. Let's see.
Kennett comes up with it.
Yeah, the quarterback tried, as he was going down, tried to hand it off, heads-up play, but just about cost them there. As they'll have to punt it away to the Bulldogs, so the Bulldogs are still with a little life here with 8 minutes and counting here in this 4th period.
Carlos McGee out on the tackle. Hilburn back to punt for the Kennett Indians. Snap, low snap. Hilburn gets it off. Good kick. Ball's going to be brought down. Portageville takes it on the 15, and there's a flag. Thrown in from the far side. I don't know.
It's probably going to be another personal foul, Floyd, with that being late like that. I didn't really see anything out of kilter, but we'll let the officials decide that. Could be a big break for the Bulldogs to give them a little bit better field position, but let's see.
Personal foul, Kennett.
Personal foul against the Indians, so that'll give the Bulldogs a little bit better field position as they need everything they can get here. 7 minutes left in this final period, down 2 scores.
After play, personal foul penalty on the Indians, a 15-yard penalty.
Portageville will take over on the 29-yard line. First and 10. 7:24 left here in this ball game. They trailing 20-6.
So I believe we got an official's timeout. Okay. Letting the officials getting
John
good
Kellums
plays
comes
here.
to the center, ready to take a snap. There's a snap, low snap. Complete pass out to Ben Story. And Ben goes out of bounds about 34, but
we got a flag in the blackfield.
False start probably against Portageville. We'll see what the illegal shift against Portageville. So they mark off 5 yard. First and 15 for the Bulldogs. A lot of flags here in this final quarter, Mike.
Yeah, there are, Floyd.
Kellum goes to the shotgun. Snap. Looks to the right. Throws. Ben Story across the middle. He's still on his feet. Gets across to about the 27.
Good second effort there by Ben Story. Gained a couple on the play.
Bring up, we'll call it 2nd and 10. Bulldog comes to the line. Kellum's behind center, ready for the snap. Takes snap, looks over the center for Earth.
Well, let's see. I don't know if the
pass intended for Bryce Wallace, but incomplete. 3rd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
just not able to get anything going here.
Kellums gets instruction from the sideline.
Big third down for the Bulldogs. Keep this drive alive.
He sends A.V. Banks wide left. Ben Story. Bryce Wallace to the right. Stanley Smith. Kellums with the ball. He looks. There's the pass. Tipped by Hilbert.
Intercepted.
Almost intercepted by Hilbert.
Yeah, that ball took a little too long to get there. It kind of lofted up there and just kept hanging. And
4th and 11 for the Bulldogs as they're going to be forced to punt.
They're going to be forced to punt and forced to create some type of turnover if they want to get back into this ball game.
Kellums comes to the huddle, calls the play. They're going to go for it. I'd say it's going to be a hard count, Mike. Ball snap, flag on the play. There's the pass.
And almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted.
Collision between the two defenders.
Bryce Wallace, the intended receiver,
looks like it may be a hold against
illegal
shift against the Bulldogs.
That'd be denied, and Kennett should take over.
Yeah, it looks like Coach Bullock was going all for broke right there on 4th down, as they're going to turn it over and give Kennett some really, really good field position.
Looks like we're going to have an official timeout.
Tonight's game sponsored in part by Turf Renovations. Turf Renovations is responsible for outstanding field surfaces in the area, such as Portageville, Dexter, Sykeston, and area baseball fields as well. Turf Renovation prides themselves on providing the best playing surfaces possible for the area's athletes. Special thanks to Turf Renovations. To check out their products, go to turfrenovations.com. Need some auto parts? Stop by Delta Auto Parts and Salvage on Highway 61 north of Portageville. They specialize in domestic car and light truck parts. Go to deltaautoparts.com for parts information. Go by and see Colin and his crew. Greenpoint Ag in Portageville, located south of Portageville on Highway T. The 7 Greenpoint locations offer seed, fertilizer, crop protection products, and custom application services. Stop by the Portageville Farm and Home Store for a large selection of home, lawn, and garden supplies, hardware, and clothing. Go to greenpointag.com or call 573-379-3816. Mitchell Pharmacy in Kennett has been helping bring you tonight's game. Mitchell Pharmacy is located in downtown Kennett on the square, serving your daily prescription needs with local delivery, professional customer service, and a fine gift shop. And soon opening a new location in Malden is their North County branch. Special thanks to Mitchell Pharmacy. As the Kennett Indians take over 1st and 10, and touchdown Indians.
Right off the start, Mike. Kennett, first play is down, takes it in. 26-6, Kennett.
Well, like we say, Floyd, Coach Bullock was going for broke there, going on 4th down, deep in their own territory, or going for it on 4th, and Kennett capitalizes on it real quick.
Good running play by the Kennett Indians as they break one up the middle. Kennett goes for 2. 6:02 left here in the ball game. Kennett sends a man in motion. He gets across the right side and he's brought down. Flag on the play. See what the officials call. Point after, no good. Penalty against Kennett. So 26-6. Kennett Indians on top with 6:02 left here in the 4th quarter.
Butler Drugstore on Main Street in Portageville is your local full-service pharmacy, also including gifts and fine jewelry. Dr. Trey Rohn has been serving the area for many years and provides your prescription solutions. Butler Drugstore, 222 East Main in Portageville. Call 379-5469. A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville has been serving the area with medical services with great quality and service. Visit them at 203 East 3rd Street or call 379-2100 for an appointment or information. A-Plus Family Clinic in Portageville for local medical solutions. Crop Production Services, one of the largest distribution networks of agriculture products and services in southeast Missouri, is proud to support high school athletics. CPS provides services including various soil sampling and mapping, fall fertilizer and lime, custom application services, wheat seed chemicals, and Dynagrow seed and LPI nutritional products. Crop Production Services has a knowledgeable staff providing agronomic solutions for all your fall needs or for your plan for your spring 2014 needs. Contact CPS in Portageville, Hewlin, Sykeston, Bernie, or other locations throughout southeast Missouri and northeast Arkansas.
All right, Kennett to kick off. Kick, Good kick, deep, taken by number 3, Daniel McCray. He has running room. Good hit by McCray. Gets across to the 35-yard line. Good return. So Portageville will take over on the 35, 1st and 10.
From now on, 35-yard line.
Look like you're going to send Bryce Wallace out of the ball game. Kellums gets a call, brings the Bulldogs to the line. Kellums ready to take the snap. Pitch back. Daniel McCray. McCray's following his blockers. Good running room on the right side. Cross to the 45. Mark him down on the 46-yard line. Be a 1st and 10, Portageville.
Yeah, one of the better runs for McCray tonight. He was one of the workhorses for the Bulldogs last week. And just maybe a little too late here tonight for the Bulldogs, but they're still showing some will out there. And
Portageville comes to the line. John Kellums with the ball. And flag on the play.
It'll be a false start against the Bulldogs.
Left side. False start, Portageville. Push him back 5 yards.
But a illegal procedure penalty against the Bulldogs.
1st and 15 for the Bulldogs.
Illegal procedure, a 5-yard penalty, dead ball foul. For that 1st down, 1st down and 15 for Portageville.
They set the ball. Portageville comes to the line. Kellums ready to take snap. Take snap. 2nd man through. Daniel McCray across the center. And he crossed about the 46-yard line.
Another good solid run for McCray. Kennett doing a good job of shuffling in players in and out, keeping them fresh, Floyd, on that defense. Looks like a pretty solid ball club out there to me.
Yeah, they are, Mike. Well coached.
New coach down here in Kennett, Aaron Pixley.
Portageville comes to the line. Kellums ready for snap. Shotgun formations. Quick pitch to the right. Gets the ball across the midfield. Ben Story with a reception. 3rd and 6 for the Bulldogs. Just across midfield. Portageville comes to the line. Kellums ready to take the snap. Pitch back, number 3, Daniel McCray, and he's going to be stopped about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, just didn't have much lead blocking there, Floyd, as he strung it way out left, and he's swarmed by that Kennett defense.
Kennett's done a fine job containing the Bulldogs.
It looks like once again Coach Bullock will elect to go for it on 4th down, which is a little more understandable here. 3 minutes left. You're down 3 scores.
Kellums brings the Bulldogs to the line. Takes a snap, pitch back. Carlos McGee across the right side. Gets across midfield.
Carlos
across
McGee
to the 30,
still on his feet.
And he's brought down to the 30-yard line. 1st down, Portageville.
Good run by Carlos. I'm going to have to give him player of the game for Portageville tonight.
Carlos McGee picks up the 1st down for the Bulldogs here with 2:55 left here in this 4th quarter. Kennett on top, 26-6. Kellums to the line. Takes snap, hand off. Nope, fake. Loses the ball. Kennett picks it up and gets down
another fumble. Let's see. Portageville, I think, may have recovered. Let's see here.
Portageville recovers.
Portageville recovers
on the 25-yard line.
So we have a fumble by the quarterback, recovered by Kennett.
Recovered by a big lineman.
By a big lineman. He was lumbering down the field, and then he had a lineman chasing him. A lineman stripped it, and Portageville regained possession.
So 1st and 10 Portageville, about 40 yards back the opposite way.
Yeah, so what do we say? You don't just call it about a 40-yard loss? Or 60-yard loss, maybe? Well, it got a cheer out of the crowd.
All right, Kellums back under center. Ready to take snap. Snap, handoff, Carlos McGee. Right side, gets across the 26-yard line.
Well, it's a shame, Floyd, because Portageville was driving, and it would have been good for their confidence if they could have got that thing down there and punched that in and kept the score respectable. But
John Kellums went back to pass, and
he just lost the ball.
Ball slipped out of his hand. Second and 8 for the Bulldogs. Kellums comes to the line. Takes snap, hand off. Carlos McGee. McGee goes left side. Across to the 38-yard line. I'm sorry, 33-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Floyd, if the Bulldogs keep practicing hard and stay after it, they got some workhorses in that backfield with McCray and Smith and Carlos McGee. They get some blocking up front up there and get some things together. They'll be all right. They just came up to a load of a football team tonight with these Kennett Indians.
Kellums takes a snap. First man through, Landon DeLeo. He gets back across to about the 35. We'll give him 2 yards on the play. Minute and 10 seconds left here in the ball game. Kennett on top, 26-6.
They will pick up the first down for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line.
Kellums comes to the line. Takes snap, pitch back. Carlos McGee comes across the left side, follows his block, and he gets up to about the 37-yard line. Second and 7 for the Bulldogs. Pick up a 3 for Carlos. Portageville to the line. Kellums pitching back to Stanley Smith. Smith to the right side. Running room, cross midfield, still on his feet. Cross to about the 43.
Good strong run by Stanley Smith.
Good strong run. Another first down, Portageville. 7 seconds left here in the ball game. Gotta get one more play off. Hard night for the Bulldogs tonight, Mike. But
yeah, it was, Floyd. They were just outmatched. Just couldn't get it. Just couldn't get it on that Kennett offense. They just couldn't shut them down. Kennett put up 26 on them, and the defense held the Bulldogs to 6 just as well. Just not happening tonight for the Bulldogs, but taking nothing away from this Kennett team. That's a football team right there with a lot of promise. Like I say, they fell to Fredericktown last week by a touchdown. A big school coming up out of the north, and hats off to the Kennett Indians tonight. Portageville just outmatched tonight, Floyd. We're going to take a station break here watching high school football on YHC TV.
First Midwest Bank Gold Club offers special privileges for our friends who are age 50 or better and have combined deposits of $5,000. Members enjoy trips, cruises, seminars, and picnics along with free personalized bank services. Upcoming trips include Journey Through the Holy Land, Yellowstone in winter, Classic Ireland, and Hawaiian Paradise Cruise. Stop by any First Midwest Bank location to sign up for the Gold Club. It's absolutely free. First Midwest Bank, providing common sense financial solutions every day.
I want to stay connected to you. I like the way you do what you do. All right, okay, you're fine.
Call Audubell Hearing Center at 1-800-499-8786 or visit one of our locations in Dexter and Poplar Bluff, Missouri today.
Okay, you're hooked up and ready to go.
New Wave knows you're excited about sports, so now's a great time to get connected with the Triple Play Package. Crystal clear TV, high-speed internet, and telephone for only $99.99 a month for 12 months. With New Wave Communications, you've got game.
And we welcome you back here to Kennett, Missouri, where the Kennett Indians are victorious over the Portageville Bulldogs 26-6. The Bulldogs just outmatched tonight, Floyd, offensively and defensively. Kennett spread the field out. Portageville played St. Pius last week, where they just brought it right up the middle at them, and they kind of saw a different spread, a different look tonight. And Portageville just wasn't ready. And Kennett with a lot of speed and quickness, and Bulldogs just outmatched tonight.
Like I say, Kennett with the speed, with the quarterback running the option like that, we didn't defend it very well, but nothing against Kennett. They came in with a good game plan, executed it, come away with a victory, 26-6. Portageville with a couple of big plays that cost them some good field position, but it could have been a closer game. Just a couple of plays turned against them, and like all you can do is take this as a lesson and get ready for next week.
That's right. Portageville just wasn't able to capitalize on some of the mishaps that Kennett handed to them, and just wasn't able to get it going tonight. Kennett will travel over to Malden next week. Malden opened up the week one with a win over New Madrid County Central, and I believe that Kennett will go to they will host New Madrid County Central next week. So the Portageville will go back and regroup, with this loss looming over them, and they just got to put this behind them and get focused. Next week as they'll travel over to Malden. It's not going to get any easier. Malden got a good ball club, and Kennett will bring in New Madrid, but that's all we've got for tonight for you folks. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll look for your next broadcast. Will be over in Portageville, I think maybe against Hayti. That'll be probably a couple of 3 weeks away. And I'm Mike Wilson for Floyd Simmons. This has been high school football on YHC TV.